Hello, folks. Welcome to the Debating Dads podcast brought to you by the Brolet Factory. I'm your man, Nather, here. That's my man, Josh. That's my man, Quincy. And as always, these dads got something to say. So, welcome to a very special edition of the podcast. It is officially Ramadan 2021.
Let's go.
And we had Easter and Passover at the beginning of the month of April. So we thought we would have used this time to talk about dads and faith, or lack thereof. With all of these traditions being celebrated around the world, and it's particularly here in Toronto, Canada, where we live. I'm a former multi-faith educator, so this used to be my thing. So let's get it. At the end, we will also have a special bonus segment with everyone's favorite, Michelle. She's got a lot to say too. So to start, I'll start. Where did you get your faith formation from growing up? So for me, I grew up in, and I'm still part of a fairly conservative Pakistani Canadian Muslim household. Growing up, whether it was going to Sunday Islamic school, fasting during Ramadan. For those of you who may or may not know, when Muslims don't have food or drink between sunrise to sunset for a month, and it's a moment of spiritual reflection. Praying 5 times a day, things like, not having a girlfriend. My parents had these values that they learned from their parents, and those were sort of passed on to me. So you're this sort of young Canadian Muslim kid, Muslim Canadian, how you want to think, that's infused with a sort of Pakistani culture. And we're all trying to figure out what that kind of means. But it definitely is an imprint, particularly as sort of a child of an immigrant. There's always a sense of, we want to protect the culture, protect the religion, and we want to make sure it gets passed down. So even my grandparents, right, they had a huge formative role in the faith formation that I had. What about you, Quincy? Where do your values come from?
My values come from my parents, and that's basically passed on from their parents as well. My mom mostly. My mom, she usually would go to church every Sunday. Right now, during the pandemic, she follows it online. But growing up, every Sunday, get up, put on your one special shoe that you would get.
Sunday finest, Sunday
your
best.
Sunday finest shoe, and
the church boot.
the best looking pants and shirt, and dressed up like a superstar. You go to church,
Dressing for the Lord.
Yeah, gotta be well dressed for the Lord, man. Like that's what it was. But
Even though
we it's not much about him caring. It's about you caring about the way you present yourself, right? So it actually teaches you also to value what you have, right? The little things, be appreciative of what you have, of the things you have. You may not have much, but still be appreciative of it, because some people don't have any at all, right?
So Josh, maybe one of the more interesting stories we have on the team. How did you grow up?
Very confused. That's how I grew up. Started off in the church. Then my dad took us out of the church. Well, first and foremost, my dad is a Rastafarian, so
what does that mean for those who may not know what that is?
His long dreadlocks down to the ground. No, I'm just joking. It's a way of life. Like, he follows the Bible, but they also, like, I don't know if it's like praise or
it's like their own iteration.
They worship like the Haile Selassie. It's like a guy from Africa. I don't know the whole story. Again, we were just told this is what it is. So like Sundays were a day of fear some days because there was no noise. You weren't allowed to talk. There's no fun. There's no playing. It was the Lord's Day. my dad's day, there was a day of worship. He would lock himself in the room, do his thing. Then he would come downstairs and then lock us in the living room, and we'd have to read the Bible. And God help if any of my friends came to the door at the time, because if you came to the door, you were now part of that session.
It was really serious, man.
We
Wow.
weren't allowed to leave, yo. It's like because we couldn't answer the door, we couldn't leave, we couldn't get up. He would go answer the door. Person would either come in or they'd be like, they're busy, and then that would be it. Yeah, we were like told to we would like recite the Psalms and all that stuff. Then when we were able to read, we started to read, which is also shit because I struggled to read when I was a kid, so it was also very embarrassing. Then I went to Catholic school and then learned about other religions, Islam, Judaism, and then I finally made my own decision on religion, and I believe, like then I took myself away from religion because I found religion was a form of control of the masses. There was a lot of flaws in the religion. There was also a lot of similarities in all the religions. I was like, why doesn't everyone just have the same religion?